Hello students, welcome to SGRBCC. I am Sampath. So in this class we will discuss paper number 274, reasoning paper it is, starting from directions 1 to 4. See the first one, coding and decoding we have, and try, reason, cure, permanent, solution, try, effects and birth, permanent, birth, effects and reason, solution, reason, source and birth. So first of all, see reason and reason. So what is the code for reason? So PR is not the code for reason, and SO, KO. So KO is the code for reason. And next, permanent here and permanent here. Okay, so permanent is coded as, so PR is the code for permanent. And next, try here. Okay, what is the code for try? So try and try. SO is the code for try. The remaining word cure is coded as TR. And next, solution and solution. Solution is coded as so see ST is the solution. And next, affect and affect in first and third and second sentence. So affect is coded as WX. Okay, so WX is the affect. And next, birth and birth. So birth lies in second, third and fourth sentence, that is IR and IR. And the remaining word source is coded as RC. Okay, so it is the coding for each and every word. Let us move on to the questions. See the first question, what is the code for reason? So code for reason is KO. And what will be the code for the word source is RC. And what is the code for solution is ST. And which of the following word is coded as TR? So TR is Q. And let us move on to the next one. Here we have one more puzzle, 5 to 9 directions. See the one, 8 persons M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T are sitting around a square table such that 4 of them are sitting in the corners and facing the center. So here we have a rectangular table. Those who are sitting in corner, they are facing the center. Remaining 4 are outside the center. And again one more possibility, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 7 and 8. So those who are sitting in the middle of the table, they are facing the away from the center, in corners facing inside the center. These are the two possibilities. See the first one, P sits third to the right of S. One person sits between P and T who is not an immediate neighbor of S. P sits third to the right of S. 1, 2, 3. Here P is placing. If I place P in corner, and 1, 2, 3, P is placing here. And next, between P and T, one person is sitting. So here T is placing, and here T is placing. And next, Q sits to the immediate left of T. And next, so it is right side, and Q sits to the immediate left of T. Only 3 persons sit between Q and R. So between Q and R there are 3 persons, and between Q and R there are 3 persons. N sits adjacent to R. So N is placing here and N is placing here. As many persons sit between N and T, sit between P and O. So between N and 3, and between P and O. So between P and O there are 3 persons, and between P and O there are 3 persons. M is not facing the center. So M placing here and here. So this person is placing the center. This is not correct. So this one is the correct. It is the final arrangement of the puzzle. How many persons sit between P and Q when counted from the right of Q? So between P and Q, so P here and Q, and right of Q 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 persons are there. Who among the following persons sits third to the right of N? Third to the right of N. 1, 2, 3. Q is the that one. And we need to find which of the following does not belonging into the group. Q, S, R, O, M. So Q and S, R, O, M. Except O, remaining all persons are sitting in the middle of the table. Which of the following statement is true in the final arrangement? T diagonally opposite to S. T here and S here, this is not correct. No one between P and N. Between P and N, R is there, and only one person sit between O and M. Between O and M, here 2 and here 4 persons are there. R sits third to the left of S. So left of S, so R sits second to the right of S. It is also not correct. So finally option 5 is the answer. S sits immediate left of O. Who among the following persons sit to the immediate left of M? Immediate left of M, that is P. Okay, it is the puzzle. Let us move on to the next one. If the first and fourth letters of rows, so first and fourth letters of rows, that is R and E, and second letter of fan A, and first letter of the word done, so first letter of the word done is D. Okay, find the last letter of the meaningful word formed by using these letters only once starting with R. So starting with R, so already formed, read. Okay, so the last letter is D. D is the answer. Next, blood relation. So see directions 11 to 14. There are 7 members in a family which are 2 married couple. So totally 12 members and 2 married couples are there. J is grandmother of O. So J is grandmother of O and Z. Grandmother in the sense female candidate. Q is sister-in-law of S. So Q is the sister-in-law of S who is daughter of L. So it means S has a brother. This person is married to Q. And S is daughter of L. S is daughter of L. T is married to Q. So T is married to Q. T is the brother of S and married to Q. Okay, so she is the female candidate. These two are one married couple. Z is son of T. So Z is son of T, and Q and T both are married couple, and also T and S both are siblings. So obviously L is the male candidate. L and J both are husband and wife. Okay, we don't know what is the gender of O. So let us move on to the questions. See the first one. How many male members in the family? We don't know what is the gender of O, so cannot be determined. How O related to L? So O related to L, either granddaughter or grandson. Okay, cannot be determined. Who among the following person is wife of L? So wife of L, J. How L related to Z? So L related to Z is grandfather of the Z. Grandfather of the Z. So next, let us move on to the next one. Directions 15 to 17. 6 persons A, B, C, D, E, F have different number of books. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It is the minimum and it is the maximum. And D has 4 books more than F. So D has 4 books more than F. C has less number of books than only B. So only B means B here and C here. E has 5 books more than D. So E has 5 books more than D. From these two statements, D is more than F, E is more than D. So F, D and E. This is the series. So and next, see the next one. F does not have the least number of books. F is not placing here. So F, D and E. Next, the remaining person A is placing here. The one who has the second least number of books, he has 16 books. F has 16 books. So if F has 16 books, D వచ్చేసి F కంటే 4 books more than అంటే అప్పుడు 20 అవుతుంది. E is the 5 books more than D. It is 25. The difference between the number of books with E and F. So E and F, that is 9 is 1 less than the number of book with A. So, it is A has 10 books then. So, A has 10 books, B 16, D 20 and E 25. It is the final arrangement of the puzzle. So, let us move on to the questions. See the first one. If the difference between the number of books D and F, so D and F is 4, 20 minus 16 4 is twice the difference books is twice the difference between the number of books C and A. So, it is the twice, it means half of this 2. 2 is the difference between 25 and 27, that is C and A. How many books does C have? C have totally 27 books. Next, how many persons have more number of books than D? 1, 2 and 3, 3 books. What is the sum of the persons books with D and F? So, D has 20 and F has 16, 20 plus 16, 36 is the answer. And next one more puzzle we have, 8 into 21. 8 persons R, S, T, U, V, W, X and Y working in a company at different designations: CMD, CEO, COO, CFO, MD, senior manager, assistant manager and clerk. Designations are given in decreasing order. CMD is the senior most, and clerk is the junior most. CMD, CEO, COO and then CFO, MD, senior manager and assistant manager, and next clerk. T is senior to CFO, but not designated CEO. So, T and T is placing here. Only 2 persons designated between T and Y. Between T and Y there are 2 persons, 1, 2, there are 2 persons are there. The number of persons is junior to Y is 1 less than the number of persons senior to R. Junior to Y 2 and senior to R 3 persons are there. So, from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 persons are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, R is placing here. And next, U is just senior to X, who is neither C1 or CFO. So, U is just senior to X. Okay. And next, only 4 persons are designated between U and V. So, between U and V 4 persons are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here V is placing. S is senior to V. So, S is senior to V, S is placing here. So, there is no place to facing S here, and remaining person W is coming here. Okay. It is the final arrangement of the puzzle. Let us move on to the next one. Questions. Question number 18. Who among the following person is the CMD of the company? So, CMD of the company is S. How many persons are designated between S and U? Between S and U 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons are there. So, more than 4 persons. And next, which of the following statement not true? Okay. Y senior to X, Y is senior to X, correct. 2 persons are between V and W, correct. T is COO, correct, and U is the 3 persons junior to W. So, U is 2 persons senior to W. So, what is the not correct here? Option 4 is the not true here. Who among the following person 2 persons senior to Y? So, R is the answer. R is the answer. So, let us move on to the next one. Here data sufficiency questions we have. Okay. So, see the options. First option, only statement 1 alone sufficient, only statement 2 alone sufficient, either or and neither, both 1 and 2 sufficient, and both 1 and 2 not sufficient. These are the 5 options we have. So, see the question number 22nd. 7 persons K, L, M, N, O, P and Q are sitting around a circular table facing outside the table, not necessarily in the same order. Who among the following persons second to the right of? We need to find this one. So, from statement 1, N sits second to the right of K. So, here I am going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Total 7 persons are there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So see, n seats second to the right of k. So if I place n here, all are facing outside the table and second to the right. So n is placing here, k is placing here. So n seats second to the right of k. So if I place k here and 1 2, n is placing here. P is an immediate neighbor of k. So p and p. M sits third to the right of p. M sits third to the right of p. M he placing here and 1 2 3, m is placing here. O does not adjacent to m. O is not placing here. So maybe O is placing here or here. Okay. So O is not placing here. So O is placing here. Okay. From possibility 1, there is no chance to get exact position of O. Only second దాని నుండి మనకు O exact place వస్తుంది. What is the condition here? Who among the following persons sit second to the right of O? Second to the right of O, who is? P is the answer. So statement 1 నుండి మనకు exact answer వస్తుంది అనమాట. Okay. So let us move on to the next one. Statement 2. See the first one. L sits immediate right of n. So again I am taking 7% and again I am taking 7%. L sits immediate right of n. L sits immediate right of n. 2 persons sit between n and q. Between n and q, 2 persons are there. So it is first possibility, it is second possibility. K sits second to the left of q. So K sits second to the left of q. So here no place to placing K here. 3 persons sit between K and P. So if K placing here, ఇక్కడ నుండి మనకు ఇక్కడైనా మనకి P రావచ్చు అండ్ ఇక్కడ నుండి ఇక్కడైనా మనకి P రావచ్చు అనమాట. సో ఫ్రమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 నుండి మనకి ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ రావట్లే, ఓన్లీ ఫ్రమ్ 1 నుండి వస్తుంది కాబట్టి వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్? ఆప్షన్ 1 ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్. Statement 1 is sufficient to answer the questions. And next question, let us move on to the next one. 23rd. 7 persons B, C, D, E, F, G and H living in 7 different floors of a building. So 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. And next, lowest mode 1 above 2, and also who among the person lives 3 floors below B. Okay, we need to find this one. So first of all, statement 1 చూడండి ఒకసారి. And statement 1, F lives 3 floors above G. Only 2 persons live between G and C. Only 1 person live between C and H. B lives above H but does not live on an even numbered floor. So statement 1 నుండి మనకి more possibilities వస్తూ ఉన్నాయి. So observe statement 2. 4 persons are live between E and F. E lives on a prime numbered floor. So see, 4 persons are between E and F. 1 2 3 and 4. F is placing here. So if I place E here, 1 2 3 4, F is placing here, it is E. E is prime number. 3 persons live between F and D. So 3 persons live between E and D. 1 2 3. So D 1 2 3. Here D is placing. G lives 2 floors below D. So G lives 2 floors below G. Here G placing. ఒకసారి రెండు మెర్జ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి, స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 అండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ 2. F lives 3 floors above G. So here F lives 3 floors above G, but here not follows. Possibility 2 is not correct. Only 2 persons live between G and C. So between G and C there are 2 persons. Only 1 person live between C and H. So C and H, only 3 persons are there. So not only 3 persons, it is 1 person. Okay. So 1 person in the sense H is placing here. And next, B lives above H. B lives above H and does not live an even numbered floor. So B is living in 5th floor. So statement 1 and statement 2 రెండింటిని మనం మిక్స్ చేస్తే మనకి కంప్లీట్గా పజిల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్వశ్చన్ హియర్? హూ అమంగ్ ద పర్సన్ లివ్స్ 3 floors బిలో బి. సో 3 floors బిలో బి అంటే ఎవరు? ఈ ఈజ్ ద ఆన్సర్. ఓకే. సో ఆప్షన్ 5 ఈజ్ ద ఆన్సర్. both statement 1 and 2 sufficient to the answer. Next, let us move on to the next one. 7 persons U, V, W, X, Y, Z and A are sitting in a linear row and facing south. So, here we have a linear row, there are totally 5, 6, 7, all are facing south. If they are facing south, it is the right side and it is the left side. Who sits on the extreme right end of the row? So, మనకి ఈ ఎండ్లో కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళు ఎవరో మనకు తెలియాలి. ఓకే, సో స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 చూడండి. X sits immediate right of U, either X or U sits at the end of the row. Suppose X sits immediate right of U, and if I take U here, X is placing here. Okay, and next 3 persons sit between U and Y, 1, 2, 3. So, Y placing here, 1, 2, 3, Y is placing here. V sits second to the right of Y. So, V placing second to the right of Y and V placing second to the right of Y. సో రెండు స్టేట్మెంట్స్ మనకు వచ్చాయి, కానీ ఎవరని మనం ఇంకా కన్ఫర్మ్ అవ్వట్లేదు మనకి ఇక్కడ. సో చూద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్ లెట్ us మూవ్ ఆన్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్. సో స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 చూద్దాం ఒకసారి. స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 నుండి మనకు కన్ఫర్మ్డ్ ఆన్సర్ రావట్లేదు కదా. సో స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 చూద్దాం. అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ 7 persons in a row. 2 persons sit between Y and Z, who sits third from an extreme end. So, if I place Z here, 2 persons are sit between Y and Z. So, Y and Z. If I place Z here, and if I place Z here, 1, 2. So, Y is placing here. And next, W sits immediate right of Y. So, W వచ్చేసి Y కి immediate right లో ఉంటుంది. Next, only one person sit between W and A. So, W and A, one person is between, and A does not sit extreme end. So, A వచ్చేసి ఇక్కడ extreme end ఉండదు. So, A వచ్చేసి ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఫ్రమ్ ది స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 ఆల్రెడీ మనకి రైట్ ఎండ్లో ఎవరు ఉంటారు? W ఉంటాడు. సో, ఓన్లీ 2 ఈజ్ ద ఆన్సర్. ఓన్లీ మనకి స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 నుండి ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 25. Question number 25. See the first one. 7 persons K, L, M, N, O, P, Q are sitting at some distance from each other. How far N from K? So, we need to find this distance. L is 5 meters to the north of O. So, L is 5 meters to the north of O. And next, K sits 8 meters to the west of L. So, 8 meters to the west of L, it is K. 12 meters to the south of P. So, 12 meters to the south of P. And next, N sits towards the east of P. So, N sits towards the east of P. మనకి డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంతనో తెలియదు ఇక్కడ. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ చూడండి, సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ చూడండి ఒకసారి. M sits 8 meters to the east of N. M and N. And who sits 12 meters to the north of O? N is 12 meters to the north of O. O sits exactly between K and L. So, between K and L, O is placing, and L is sitting towards the south of M. So, if I place L here, okay, O is in between K and L. So, K and L, K is placing here and L is placing here. Between both, O is there. Okay. సపోజ్ ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ 8 అనుకుంటే ఇదంతా మనకు తెలియదు. మనకేం కావాలి? హౌ ఫార్ N ఫ్రమ్ K. సో, N హియర్ అండ్ K హియర్. ఓకే, N హియర్ ఫ్రమ్ K హియర్. సో, సి వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ టు హియర్. వీ నీడ్ టు ఫైండ్ దిస్. సో, చూడండి ఒకసారి, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. ఒకసారి రెండు మనం ఏమన్నా మెర్జ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేద్దామా ఒకసారి. L sits 5 meters to the north of O. L sits, సో ఇది కూడా కావట్లేదు మనకి. So, M is 8 meters and N who is 12 meters. O exactly between K and L. K and L. అప్పుడు ఇది కూడా ఏమవుతుంది? ఇది కూడా 8 meters అవుతుంది. సో, ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ టు హియర్ వీ నీడ్ టు ఫైండ్ డిస్టెన్స్. ఓన్లీ స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 నుండి మనకి ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది అనమాట. స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 అవసరం లేదు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్ హియర్? స్టేట్మెంట్ 2 alone sufficient to the answer. And let us move on to the next one. Study the following information carefully and answer the given below questions. 26 to 30. 8 persons sit around a circular table. Some of them face towards the center while some of them facing outside the center. So, here I am taking 8 persons 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. Some are facing center, some are facing the outside the center. So, see first one, B sits opposite to the person who sits immediate right of O. Suppose if I place B here and B sits opposite to the person who sits immediate right of O. Suppose if I place O here, O is placing center and this person is to the immediate right of O. Suppose if I place B here, if I place O here, O is facing outside, this person to the immediate right of O. B faces towards the center. So, B is towards the center. And next, 2 persons sit between O and S. So, between O and S, 2 persons are there and 1, 2. Q sits second to the left of L and to the immediate right of S. So, Q sits second to the left of L and to the immediate right of S. So, see, Q and O face opposite directions. So, Q and O facing opposite directions means Q and O both are opposite directions. And next, S faces the same direction as O. So, O is facing center, S is facing center and here S is facing outside. So, see, Q sits second to the left of L and to the immediate right of S. So, here Q is placing and here Q is placing and also second to the left of L. Suppose if I place L here and second to the left and also here L is coming and see here L is coming, here L is coming, 2 possibilities. L doesn't sit to the immediate left of S. So, ఇక్కడ మనకు ఒక క్లూ ఉంది చూడండి, L వచ్చేసి S కి ఇమ్మీడియట్ లెఫ్ట్ లో ఉండదు. L వచ్చేసి S కి ఇమ్మీడియట్ లెఫ్ట్ లో ఉండదు. ఓకే, సో L వచ్చేసి S కి ఇమ్మీడియట్ లెఫ్ట్ లో ఉండదు. By using this point, we can try to solve the remaining part of the puzzle. So, see, Q second to the left of L. So, Q second to the left of L means L facing the center and here also L placing the center, L placing outside the center. Okay. And next, S faces same direction as O. Person who sits second to the right of Q. So, second to the right of Q faces outside. Okay, second to the right of Q. Second to the right of Q faces outside. Hello. Yes, person who sits second to the right of Q faces outside. W doesn't sit beside O. So, W is placing here and W is placing here. And next, K sits third to the right of W. K sits third to the right of W. K is placing here, W is placing here. K is coming here and W outside of the center. And next, so see, I and K face opposite directions of S. So, both are facing, here I is coming and I is coming and here also I is placing. So, K and I both are facing center. And what is the remaining? So, see, person who sits second to the right of Q faces outside, second to the right of Q facing outside. Okay. And also Q here and second to the right of Q facing outside of the table. Okay. So, what is the correct possibility in this both? So, see, I is placing outside. Okay, this is not correct. So, this one is the correct possibility and let us move on to the questions. Who among the persons sit between W and B? Between W and B, when counted from the left of W, 1, 2, 2 persons are there. and also S and Q, both S and Q, 1 and 2. Who sits fifth to the right of K? Fifth to the right of K, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. W is the fifth to the right of K. Dash sits second to the right of the person who is opposite to O. Opposite to O, Q, and from Q, who sits second to the right? So, 1, 2, W is the answer. Which among the following statement is true? So, B second to the left of K. So, B here and K here, B is second from B is right. So, it is not correct, and I sits third to the left of Q. I here and Q here. So, 1, 2, 3 right of Q, but here left of Q, and also S sits third to the right of L. So, S here and L here. So, left of Q. It is also not correct. None is true. None is true is the answer. And Q sits second to the right of W. So, Q here and Q is the second to the left of W. Okay, this is also not correct. What is the position of I with respect to L? So, I with respect to L, I here and L here. So, from L 1, 2, 3, third from right, third from right. Let us move on to the next one. So, here we have syllogism. So, see the first one. Some books is notebook, some books is notebook, and only a few notebooks is register, okay, and no register is a copy. Some book is copy. So, book here and copy here, there is no definite relation between book and copy. Some notebooks being copy is a possibility. So, here notebooks and here copy, and some notebook being copy, some notebook being copy is definitely possible. So, definitely possible. Option 2 is the answer. Option 2 is the answer. And next statement, some flowers are rose, some flowers are rose, no rose is lily, and some lily are sunflower. Some rose is sunflower, rose here and sunflower here, there is no definite relation between both. All flower is lily, so flower here and lily here, it is also not correct. Option 4 is the answer, neither 1 nor 2 follows. And next, so the given word quarantine, so QUAREN, we removed all the vowels and replaced all the consonant with just next letter to the English alphabetical series. So, first of all remove all the vowels and consonants name cheyalanta next letter to replace cheyali. So, see Q, R, R, S, N, O, T, U and also N. Find how many vowels are there in the new arrangement. So, see 1, 2 and 3, total 3 vowels are there, total 3 vowels are there. And next, study the following information carefully and answer the given question. So, inko one more puzzle we left. So, see the puzzle. Eight persons sitting in 2 parallel rows such that there are equal distance between adjacent. So, row 1 H, I, J and K all are seated facing south directions. So, H, I, J and K. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4, it is first possibility, second possibility. So, these persons are facing south directions and these persons are facing north direction. It is the right side and it is the left side. So, row 1 facing H, I, J and K. In row 2 P, Q, R, S is placing. Next, I sits second to the right of K. So, I sits second to the right of K. First possibility and second possibility. Only one person sit between R and who faces K. So, between R and who faces K, there is only one person. So, R is placing here. H faces the one who is immediate neighbor of R. So, H faces the one, H is placing here and also here, and H is coming here. J sits second to the left of H. So, J sits second to the left of H. So, here J is coming. And next, one who faces J, immediate neighbor of S. One who faces J, immediate neighbor of S. and Q sits immediate right of S. So, Q sits immediate right of S, there is no place to after S, this is not correct and this one is the correct. Remaining person P is coming here. It is the final output of the puzzle. See the first question, question number 36. What is the position of J with respect to 1 who opposite to P? So, J here opposite to P here, 1 2 second to the left. Who among the person sit extreme end? So, extreme end is I and Q. So, I and Q. Who among the following persons sit opposite to H? That is P. Who among the following persons sitting to the left of I? Left of I, H, K and J. So, H, the one who opposite to S is K and J. So, all are facing left of I. 4 of the following, so we need to find which of the does not following into the group. I, J, R, Q, H. So, I, J, R, Q and H. H is the middle of the rows. Remaining all 4 persons are sitting in corners of the table. So, this is the final arrangement of the puzzle. So, first of all, thanks for watching the video. All the best for your examinations.